Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to be doing an Etsy shop critique. This is one of the many free critiques I do every single month for free to give back to my community. So if you would like a chance to win a critique, I will leave the link right below the video where you could sign up. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, consider subscribing. I do upload weekly videos to help you build an impactful online business. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell. This is for everyone, so you'll be the first person notified of any new videos that I upload. In addition to that, if you're new to Etsy, you're a beginner, I have a lot of resources that you can find right below this video that will help you get started the right way. So make sure that you check them out. And let's head over to my computer to see who is today's lucky Etsy critique winner. So today's lucky critique winner is a store called Designs by Etsy. So congratulations, Isabella. Now guys, even if you didn't win this critique, make sure that you watch this video all the way to the end, because everything that I'm about to talk about is applicable for any type of store. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm doing is an audit on this particular listing right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. When you sell on an e-commerce platform like Etsy, maybe in the future you open your own website, maybe you go ahead and open a Shopify store, keep in mind that product photography is very important. The objective of the product photography is to get somebody's attention when they're scrolling in the feed. So you want to make sure that your photo is cropped in a complimentary way, that it showcases the product 100%, that when people look at it, they could see the product and they know exactly what they're getting, and they could actually view the product versus having to click on it to actually see the full product. So my suggestion would be to redo your photos for majority of your actual listings, only because you're not showcasing the product 100%. Keep in mind that Etsy themselves did a survey, and 90% of people said the reason why they purchased from a store was strictly because of the photo. It wasn't because of the reviews or free shipping or anything else. It was strictly because of the photo. So you want to make sure that your photo showcases your product 100%, is not getting cut off. And keep in mind, a bad photo could prevent you from getting a sale, no matter how amazing your product is. So this could be costing you sales. This is one of the biggest mistake many Etsy sellers make, is not having the best photos for their beautiful products. So keep that in mind. That would be my suggestion for your photos. I think you did a good job with having different variations of the product, showing the inside. This could be a little bit better, the photo, showing details of the product, showing the bottom of the product. So you did a really good job here. I would add additional photos, asking people, to favor your listing that way. If they don't buy at that given moment, later on, if you have any updates in your store, any changes, they'll get a free notification in their dashboard. Making sure that you start an email list. I didn't see that in your store. Asking people to go ahead and join your email list. Keep in mind that not every single person that comes to your store the first time will buy from you. So it's important as an Etsy seller that you are capturing those emails. That way you can nurture them and remarket to them at a later time. And it will also help you with cross-promoting to your other platforms and growing your brand in general. So having an email list, having more photos, making sure you have you're using or taking advantage of all the features from Etsy. So taking advantage of the actual Etsy videos, creating an Etsy video of your actual product. You can also create Etsy videos of other things in your store that you might sell, like similar products, or a review video of reviews that you have gotten from this particular product as well. But just filling out all of these, the more photos you have, the more people engage with your brand, the longer that they stay in your store, the higher the probability that they will go ahead and buy from you. So that would be suggestion number one for your photos. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is your title and your listing description. So keep in mind that your title and your listing description is really important in order for the algorithm to understand what exactly you sell and to bring the right people to your store. One thing that I notice is that you do tend to have a lot of keywords here. I know that that's the way that it used to be. You stuff your titles. I know that I still have listings like that. I'm still actually fixing my main store that has over 10,000 listings, and it's taking me forever. But keep in mind that with Etsy new rules, this is just Etsy, and what they want us to do is that they want to make sure that your titles are easy to read for the customer, but you also want to make sure that they're optimized for SEO. So you want to have a combination of both, making sure that when people read your title, they're not confused or turned off and then they leave. So that's why they want to make sure that we write clear titles that are very easy for people to read and understand exactly what you're selling. Stuff like this, made in the USA, I would leave that for the description area. I wouldn't necessarily put it in your actual title. So that's one suggestion that I have. And if this is your main tag, crocodile skin vinyl handbag, you want to make sure that you have that additional tag in your first 155 characters of your listing description, which is your meta description. So by looking at your listing description, it doesn't look like one, you have optimized your meta description for Google in order for you to get traffic from Google. Two, you have not optimized your listing description for Etsy SEO. And three, your listing description is lacking, it's very short. You want to make sure that your listing description has everything and anything the customer should know about this particular listing. So it should include the meta description, it should include what exactly you sell, what they're getting, how to order, shipping, refunds, how to contact you, everything that they need to know about this particular order. Always keep in mind, Etsy SEO helps you to get found in a search engine. The photo is what makes people want to click to learn more about your product. And the listing description is what closes out the sale, is what makes someone say, oh, okay, cool. I got all the information. I'm ready to purchase. You could have great photos, but if you don't have your Etsy SEO done correctly, you're not going to get traffic. Or you could have your Etsy SEO done correctly, but your photos are lacking, so you won't get sales. And vice versa, you could have your photos and SEO done correctly, but if your listing description is lacking, people might not buy. So all of it works together. So definitely you need to spend more time crafting a well-written listing description that not only explains everything and anything the customer needs to know about this particular listing, how to order, when they're going to get it, shipping dates, etc. But you need to make sure that's optimized for Etsy SEO. Now, if you want to learn how to implement my advice, get step by step and get the results, this is all covered in my Etsy Mastery course. So if you guys are interested, I will leave the link right below this video where you could click, you could learn more about my course, and you could sign up if you like to as well. But you definitely need to work on this as well. And I'm looking at your tags and I'm using eRank. And eRank, I'm using the eRank Pro, which is the paid version, in case if it does look different to you guys. And what I noticed was that you have two keywords that are the same. They're misspelled. So make sure that you don't have misspelled tags. I will remove these because they're not giving you any traction or driving any traffic to your store. And when you're doing keyword research, the best advice is always to sit down and think about your products and come up with unique phrases that accurately describes what you sell. And think about how would your ideal customer search for your product? And then once you have those keywords, then you do keyword research to make sure that there is a demand for those keywords and that the competition is not too saturated. Right now, you have a lot of keywords that have a lot of competition, and therefore it's almost really hard for you to get or for you to rank for those keywords. On top of that, because you didn't optimize your listing for SEO the right way, you're not ranking for these keywords either. Either way, they're still very competitive. So I would definitely recommend changing your tags and making sure you use keywords that are not as competitive. And keep in mind that keywords that have no data like this, like it shows less than 20, it's not really driving your traffic. Keep that in mind. You want to make sure that when you're doing keyword research, that you have traffic coming to your store, because ultimately this is what will drive traffic to your listings. So definitely need a little bit of work on your Etsy SEO, which is totally fine. That's why you got this critique. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll be able to go ahead and get started with it. But you definitely need to make sure that once you have your Etsy SEO done correctly, you come back and you optimize your title with the new tags, and that you also optimize your listing description with the tags as well. Let me look at your category really quick. And right now you have, okay, so you have the categories correctly. So that's really good. I don't see that you have any attributes listed. Keep in mind that attributes act like tags. So it's really important that you use them the right way. Don't just add attributes to add, but make sure that you add attributes that are relevant to what you're selling. So therefore, you drive more traffic back to your store, because there are people that are going to search for products with the keyword or with the tags, right? And there are people that search products with attributes only. So that's the reason why you want to take advantage of them. So let me go back to your store and look at the curation of your store. So you started in 2016, and you only have had 6 sales. And it's not, don't get discouraged by that. Maybe you didn't take it serious before, and now you're like, you know what? I need to take my Etsy store serious and build something, and that's okay. We all been there before with our business, whether it's Etsy related or it's a different project that we did before. What you definitely want to make sure that you do is, what do you specialize in? Because when I come to your store, you have a little bit of everything. You have ornaments, you have um, these little papers here. They're beautiful. Like, they look a little bit antique, right? You have bags, you have jewelry, you have miscellaneous items. What do you specialize in? Because this can confuse your potential customers. It's better, in the beginning, if you want to try different niches and try different things to find your winning product, that's okay. But once you find that winning product, make sure that you stick with that and grow a robust line around those products. That way, you could become an industry leader in a specific niche, and you could stand out amongst your competitors. One of the biggest mistakes many Etsy sellers make, I'm including myself when I first started, is to throw a whole bunch of different things in their store and hope the more I add, the more I will sell. And you might get a couple sales here and there, but in the long run, as a business owner that's trying to build a sustainable business, build a brand, and take it to the next level, whether you want to make 1,000 a month or 30,000 a month, it's going to be a lot harder if you are all over the place. So just keep that in mind. I will focus on having a niche store, and then if that doesn't work after 6 months to a year, then switch to something else, right? You either win or you learn. Either or. You're not a failure. It's either you learn or win or learn, however you want to take it, but that's all you could do. And then you could pivot to something else if that one idea doesn't work. But you definitely need to niche down, because you have way too many different ideas and products in your store. What I would do also here is make sure that you have your photo of yourself, making these beautiful items behind the scene. Great job for having social media and expanding, right, your digital footprint. So great job there for having the links. Great job for having a beautiful picture of yourself, having a logo. I think the biggest takeaway from your store is Etsy SEO, writing engaging listing descriptions. You could always hire someone to write that for you if you do struggle with it, as I do it myself. Making sure that you have your About Me story, making sure that you have your name here, that you have a picture of yourself or behind the scenes, making sure that you start an email list so you could capture emails of those people that come to your store, but they don't potentially buy the first time, and making sure that you niche down. Now, guys, if you have any additional tips for Isabella, please leave them right below this video. I'm trying to create a sense of community where we all come together and we help each other grow. There's enough room for everyone to grow. So make sure that you leave any tips or anything that I didn't mention right below the video. And thank you everyone for watching.